Test. Test. What was it?
I don't know. You're live though.
I'm live?
Yeah.
Like, for the internet?
Uh-huh.
You know I can't take the pressure. America. I'm Zach Nanimus. Johnny Dim is messing with ye old thing. So this is once again behind the scenes look. We haven't technically started the show yet, and although we never edit these, we never do.
We should.
Yeah, we should just say the show is starting now.
Fine.
But okay, so we'll call this segment the Early Bird Special, because which kind of puts it on everybody else.
Right.
That oh no, we're not disorganized. You're early. Thank you for being rude. No, okay. So so today on the Early Bird Special, we're going to talk about the background behind me. Are we still blurry, boys?
Not over here.
Yeah, not over there for some reason. I wish that we
I
could.
actually made it better.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah. So part of what we do here is we take a look at audio quality, visual quality, stuff like that. We also find your input instrumental in that, especially early on, to see if we're making complete fools of ourselves. Man, I'm glad. The Facebook one actually looks pretty good.
Yeah. It usually does look better.
But there's no way to download them from Facebook,
No,
is
but
there?
we can get them from Twitch.
How do we look on Twitch?
Find out.
Show me Twitch.
Show me!
Because what we're doing is we're using one camera to broadcast to several different platforms. YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, all simultaneously. And we're thinking that split...
It looks great.
Looks great. Perfect. Okay, that's what we're going to go with. Okay, we're gonna download that after the show, which means that we may actually edit this one. All right, as long as stuff doesn't crap out. What I would do is I would keep that feed open the entire time to make sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and we're just gonna have to get used to the fact. Well, I got used to the fact that I have a pretty much live feed of myself here. So this.
Oh.
Good, because I still have more Early Bird Special for everybody. Johnny has to take off his clothes. Johnny, get over here. Show us your dad bod.
Okay.
Dad bods are in.
Are they really?
Yeah, dad bods are in.
This is a good thing?
Yeah, dad bod. Look at that hairy man.
And I'm almost a dad.
You are almost a dad. Baby is in the works. Is that what they say?
In the oven?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Should probably talk about our decor. If I do this, okay. But I can't. Secret handy. Wop, 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 wow. Okay. So.
Oh, hold on.
All right. Secret handy may not have been what I meant.
That's fine.
All right. So we're actually doing an interesting thing today. I knew that we were going to talk about Doom. I could feel it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. But I purposefully learned nothing over the course of a week.
So, okay.
But don't start the topic. I'm just talking about.
I'm not going to start the topic.
Okay.
I need to get my computer so you can watch it.
Oh,
right?
Yeah. Right.
This will be the last time, I promise.
Okay. After that,
get up.
the show's going to begin. It'll be the end of the Early Bird Special. I am just glad that okay. Little inside baseball, as you boy Zach likes to say. Not this boy Zach, Rich Myers. Little inside baseball is that I put on makeup for this because I have blemishes and I have oily skin and it would just look weird. And for some reason on Twitch, I look great. On our live feed, where I'm completely, I'm like a vampire. I'm just so powder white. It's interesting. I like it. Nevertheless, hopefully all of this is still going well. The audio seems to be going well. I haven't got a text from anybody, which is what usually happens. Somebody will text me and be like, I can't hear anything that's going on. But it sounds like Johnny is ready to roll.
Just about.
All he has to do is plug in his Windows laptop and then wait 30 minutes for updates. Real simple stuff.
Yeah, you know it.
While you were gone, I inadvertently mentioned that I listened to a controversial figure.
Which one?
Rich Myers.
Don't know.
He's a Comicsgate guy.
Oh.
Yeah. I think you know what Comicsgate is.
You've told me what it is.
Yeah.
Jeremy's told me what it is.
Yeah.
Still don't think it's as big as he thinks it is.
It's not as big as anybody. It's never been big enough to me to be an actual gate.
Right.
Like.
The whole thing is perpetuated by the people who feel very strongly about it.
Yeah, I put my watermark, and I think it's a fair one, at the original gate, which was Watergate.
Sure.
Which is the only one that deserved to be called a gate.
Right.
And also, it was a presidential surveillance scandal that went all the way to the top.
Made a president leave office.
This is. People don't make comic books as good as they used to.
Right.
Now, it's also that some people are upset that people aren't reading as many comic books.
And isn't there also a political part of it?
There's a political element to it because people believe that there is that diversity is being put into comic books inorganically.
Sure.
And then when the books don't get sold, there's a bunch of virtue signaling and baiting and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. My thing is just that lots of comics are really bad.
Right.
But DC and Marvel are both producing good things. You just got to sift through them.
Right.
Yeah. That's the whole thing. Mm-hmm. They are producing a lot of really bad stuff.
True. And my whole thing, I just want to get this out of the way. We don't have to spend a lot of time on this. My particular point of view is that it is overblown as far as the what is to blame. And it all depends on who you ask. Mm-hmm. If you're trying to blame this movement in comics about the diversity and the forced diversity and all that, I'm not saying that's a good thing, that forced diversity is good or bad, really. But to blame it all on that is, I think, is not being truthful to the real issue at hand. Because comics have been bad, and they're going down, and they have been going down.
Yeah.
I think the diversity thing, was an attempt at tapping into markets that have been previously untapped.
It was
an attempt.
Atari tried.
Right, and it's a big business. Marvel is a big business. DC's a big business, and I think that those companies they're willing to try anything at that point.
That's true, but we have this like Ghostbusters 2016 thing going on, where if you don't like it, you're part of the problem. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things.
But that's even twisting it a little bit. That depends on who you ask.
Exactly.
Right.
It's like when you talk about putting diversity in for diversity's sake. Man, you're in the early show now. When you're talking about diversity for diversity's sake, I mean, all diversity is for diversity's sake.
Right.
Making Spawn black was a choice.
Right.
Like we're gonna make Spawn black.
Right.
And like the thing was that after they made Spawn black, they then made Spawn good.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And so we didn't have to point fingers like, oh, you just don't like it because it's black. Well, no, we like it.
Right.
You know?
And I think the emotions, people get wrapped up in the emotions of everything, and they really want to take a side and take a hard stance. I think everyone's just going to need to kind of loosen up their grip on how they feel about it, because most sane people will agree that certain minorities have gotten the short end of the stick.
That's true.
And we all agree with that part. The part we disagree with is how do we fix that? Because some people want to go too far, and they want to put just the color of someone's skin ahead of actual performance, of how good or bad someone is. Like they want to put that above anything else and just give them everything. But that's not really what fairness or equality is. I always think of it as an equality of opportunity, right? So give everyone the equal opportunity, but don't force feed people, if that makes sense.
That's
where I stand.
We might be getting a little too political.
We usually don't get this far into it,
Yeah.
but that's I just wanted to get that and make that my point clear, and I'm good.
The thing is like things like, and we haven't used this, we haven't used the term in a long time, but things like affirmative action and stuff like that,
right.
Like they make sense, but it gets twisted into, if you're not propping this up, it's a race thing, not a performance thing.
Right.
That's where it gets twisted.
That is where it gets twisted.
People, when something doesn't turn out exactly the way they want it to, they want to villainize the people who didn't prop it up.
Right.
You know, even if that reason is just because, I mean, the reason might just because you had no idea.
Right.
You talk about the normal people in the middle. The normal people in the middle have no idea who Miss Marvel is.
You're right.
They had no idea who Captain Marvel was before the movie.
Right.
So.
That's what I was going to say. Is like it's like I think most of us are rational in the middle people.
Yeah.
And then you have the vocal minorities on either side just barking the hell out of at each other, and it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm just realizing as I look back at the monitor here that I'm talking about the serious topic, and I look ridiculous because you can't see my torso.
You want to go and start the show?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then I can explain this.
What did you do to die today, America? I'm Zach Nanimus.
Johnny Dim.
And you are once again at episode 109, I believe. 10.
1010.
1010. Episode 110 of the WarPod. The WarPod is, of course, the official podcast of the, I was about to say the Houston Nerdcasting Collective, the Warlocks Entertainment System, your one-stop shop for all pop culture news in Houston area and the world. Johnny Dim.
That's me.
Where's your torso?
Gone.
Thank you.
Because it's St. Patrick's Day.
Saint Patrick's Day.
Mr. St. Patrick's Day. And I'm wearing a green shirt. We use the green screen. We wear the green screen.
Yep. I wear the green screen at night.
Right.
Because I can't afford a blanket.
Which is fine.
Okay.
It's cozy actually. But no, that's why you cannot see my torso, because it's St. Patrick's Day, and we thought this would be really funny.
Isn't it? Look at it. Do this with me, Johnny.
So it almost says like the way you read beer annihilation.
Beer and nah. My shirt doesn't I almost until you put on your shirt, I didn't notice mine.
Yeah, you can when you move you can
subtle.
see it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Johnny, do we have any like groundbreaking topics people are just foaming at the mouth to hear us talk about, or can we start talking about ourselves?
Let's talk about ourselves first. People can wait.
Should we talk about ourselves or Bestial Boy? You know what
I know you can't see Beast Boy. I thought about that.
We didn't plan that. Johnny got this Beast Boy toy, and we're gonna have to wait. We're gonna have to wait because it's not as much fun.
All right.
No, we can never do it. We'll have to put something behind us. There's no way. You'd have to color. Okay. Only in an after video. Only after fact, because you'd have to color correct.
No, I can just turn the filter off.
Oh, and
yeah, I can temporarily turn it off. I can do it right now.
Okay, do it now.
Here,
for St. Patrick's Day, we're going to be green AF. Actually, for St. Patrick's Day, it makes sense to just have a green background anyway.
Right.
And just be lazy about it, and nothing matters, and no one cares.
Yep.
Okay. Of course, we can actually learn whether or not that's true based upon how many people are viewing us across the different platforms.
The platforms?
Yeah, the platforms. How many people are looking at us, Johnny?
I don't know.
Oh, one people.
On Twitch, that's us.
Yeah, that's us looking at ourselves.
Which we do.
Yeah.
A lot. Where am I?
That made it gray. Is this going to ruin everything?
No. It saves the settings. So I'm literally just going to turn the filter temporarily off.
And we're back.
I'm really green.
Did you notice how far... Oh, wait, no, we're normal in that frame. Okay. So, Johnny got this Beast Boy toy. Where did you get this?
McDonald's.
Did you get a Happy Meal?
Yes.
Okay.
I think you can buy the toys by themselves. But I never do that.
They're as expensive as the Happy Meal.
I might as well hey, I can get some apples and some fries.
So,
the cheeseburger goes to the dog.
Johnny told me that you're supposed to take this Pog, it's literally just paper, put it into Beast Boy's mouth, and it worked. It worked instantaneously.
Oh, the rest of it's a target. These are targets.
Yes, okay.
Hold on, you gotta fold them.
You're gonna have to hold it in your hand because no one can see what's going on.
This one's a robot?
It's Mr. Robot, Jared Leto.
Yeah! That's not who plays Mr. Robot.
No?
It's Raimi...
Wilson.
No, it's the guy who played... his first name, I think, is Raimi, but he's also the guy who played Freddie Mercury.
I know who you're talking about. That...
Rami Malek.
Piece of shit. All right. So, my whole thing is that, okay, if you're a toy designer, I know it's difficult to make a transformer, and that's what Beast Boy does, is becomes other animals.
Yeah, that would be... Oh, you know what'd be really stupid I just thought of?
What?
They could do like one of those... it would be cheap. That's the only reason I think of it. And it sounds really stupid as I'm about to say this out loud. Because it was the first idea I had.
Go for it.
The first idea is always the worst. But what if they had like his face was just one of those... like it was on a wheel and it would just change as you like twist the thing. Does that make sense?
That is a much better idea than what we got. Because this is...
And it's not even the only toy in this McDonald's toy line that shoots stuff.
Why?
They usually only do one, and then they one will be a car and one will be something else.
I want to start my own Beast Boy where...
And this one, I mean, this is dangerous for kids. I mean, these paper cuts. Come on.
I really want to do one where his ability is that he vomits up other animals.
That would be fun.
And so, and the animals, like, they're his friends, and they understand the danger of the situation, so they fight. Right? It is helpful. But they don't go away. They're now animals that they have to deal with. Which I guess technically that would also be a boon, because it'd be like, what's in danger right now? Gorillas?
Here's a green one.
Yeah. No, I'm into it. Okay, he'll be called Vomit Beast Boy from Vomit Comics.
Or just Vomit Boy.
No, Vomit Beast Boy.
Fine.
I'm going to draw him later.
Okay.
Okay. So, Johnny Dim, I'm glad you had a good time at McDonald's.
I did.
All right.
I did.
But none of that matters. Johnny, what you playing?
Oh, no!
Wait, turn the filter back on. I don't want to see your body anymore.
Okay.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Wait, but that's just...
No, it's done. It's good.
It's just gray.
No, I have to close...
Oh, okay.
Right, that's something else.
All
right. Oh, yeah, what have I been playing? You just asked me a question.
I did. Those moments ago.
Got it. Nailed it. Twilight Imperium.
Twilight Imperium, the worst board game in the world.
The best board game in the world. I haven't played it in a while, and because I am going to be a dad soon, we knew that I wasn't going to be able to play this game very often after the baby comes, because it is an endeavor. It is a journey. Okay, so 4th edition is out. I only played the 4th edition about 3 or 4 times. It does not quite take as long as the 3rd edition. 3rd edition took about, we would say, roughly about 7 hours. That would be just the average. But now I played Twilight Imperium. What we did, so me and 2 friends, Jonesy and Marlon. Okay, so we got together yesterday to play. I couldn't play until 6 because I had a work thing, and so we get all to my house. We get it all laid out, and we're like, hey, you know what we haven't done in a while, because we've only done it one other time. Let's all play 2 races. So it's a space conquest game. So there's alien races, and
species.
Yeah, species. Well, they say races in the book. Anyway, so we each played 2. So there's sort of basically 6 players playing, and it took us a very long time. We didn't finish until almost 3 o'clock in the morning.
To put it in perspective, for those of you who don't like to abuse yourselves, it's what they call a 4X game. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 4X. And that means, and before I knew the term, I said this about that game. There, inside that bad game, there are 4 pretty good games. And that's what 4X means. It means they had 4 ideas for a game, and they made it all into one game. Because, like, you're also members of parliament, and you vote on stuff, and then there's mission objectives, but you can also win by a blackout. Like, you can literally just kill everybody else. So
this game,
space combat.
Right, but this game has victory points, and you're all trying to get to 10 victory points first. And there's different ways to get those. Well, the objectives, and there's secret and private objectives. No, I'm sorry, public and secret objectives.
So if we were to break it down, the 4 games, the parliamentary aspect.
Yeah, that's actually what I was looking up, because this actually started. They called 4X games started with the Civilization series. That's which is actually it's a computer game.
I've played the board game, the home version.
Here it is: explore, expand, exploit, and exterminate. That's the 4Xs.
Okay.
Yeah. But like I said, they actually made the 4th edition of this game is amazing. It's really good, and like I said, it doesn't take as long. But when you double the amount of turns that happen, it gets ridiculous.
It always takes a huge amount of time, regardless.
I think it would. I think it would have taken us a third of the time less if we had not doubled.
You spent functionally 12 hours.
I guess. Is that how does math work?
You start at 6.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, and 3. So 9, almost 9 hours.
Okay. You stopped at 3?
Right before 3.
You didn't text me until like an hour and a half later.
Oh, I was in bed checking my phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good for you.
Thank you.
And now you can burn that game.
No. We've definitely been playing.
Of course not. Of course you can't burn that game because it costs $300.
$150, I think. No, it may have been close to $200.
So it's like buying a television you can only watch twice a year.
Essentially. What's crazy about this is I actually won that last night, which it's the second time I've won that game. That's in 3rd and 4th edition.
The 8 times you've played it in your entire lifetime. Because no one ever wants to play that game.
I've got 2 people that'll play it.
He didn't even call me.
No, I did. I know you wouldn't want to play
it. All right.
What have you been playing?
I haven't been playing much of anything, but I did recently read something I started reading something that's nerdy.
Oh.
Dragon Ball Super.
Oh.
I haven't seen any episodes of the show. I have seen Resurrection F.
Okay. My knowledge on Dragon Ball Z is it's not a big thing. So where does Dragon Ball Z Super fit in the timeline?
1 year has passed since the end of the Buu saga.
Okay.
That's where we begin.
Okay. This is the one I've heard people talk about in the last couple of years, right?
Yeah, because it was new. It was brand new.
Yeah.
They actually recently ended it, I think last year.
Okay.
And I've been looking for a new manga to get into. I like to find things that like aren't just reboots or rehashes. But I was like, you know what? I recently started watching Dragon Ball, and that experiment was a failure. I can't remember.
You told me about that.
Did I even talk about it on the show?
No.
Okay, so Japan is a different country with different sensibilities.
Yep.
And in the 80s or 90s, I think it was 80s.
Yeah, I think you're right, in the 80s.
Yeah, when Dragon Ball came out, it was even different, kind of like the sensibilities
even
that
more
we
different.
Have today.
Yeah.
In America are different from the sensibilities that we had in the 80s. So now, taking essentially alien culture and then 50 years ago now. Is it 50 years ago now?
What, the 80s?
Yeah.
80s? 90s? No, just start 90s. 10, or almost to 30 years.
No.
Yeah, because if you just talk at the end of the 80s is the 90s, that's a decade.
Take 85.
85,
okay,
95, 2005, 2015, not quite 40.
Okay, not quite 40.
Yeah.
All right. So, what I'm getting at here is that Dragon Ball is super duper weird for an American audience today.
That's why they so drastically edited and censored it when they aired it here.
There's just a lot of really sexual jokes, and all the characters are kids, and so that winds up getting sexualized. It's weird, and that has to do with Japan literally has different sensibilities and standards, and the way their sex laws work is completely different from ours. Yeah. Either way, I decided to stop. I always enjoyed Dragon Ball Z.
Sure.
I picked up Dragon Ball Super, and it was the first comic book to make me laugh out loud in a long time.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Because there was this thing, and all the artwork's great. The story's fine. There's some annoying things like they have to fight this guy called Lord Beerus, Lord Destruction. All the ethereal people have alcohol names. Like his guardian is a guy named Whis.
Okay.
So he's whiskey.
Okay.
So they asked Shinron, hey, how do I become even more powerful to fight Beerus? And he was like, there's this thing called the Super Saiyan God. And they're like, how do we do it? And he's like, you need six noble Saiyans to come together, and okay. And then they're like, oh, we don't have 6, but Gohan's wife is pregnant now, so that's technically Saiyan in there. And so they all held hands, and like it was literally just in little captions. It was like, and so the six came together and held hands, and then Goku was a god. And it was like, I feel like we could have done a whole issue, like on this. We could have had a whole manga book, which the manga books themselves are like 6 or 7 stories. Like we could have gone 6 or 7 stories, like explaining why this is a thing, why nobody knew about it. Maybe they would even like go to like the remains of Planet Vegeta, or maybe like back in time to like find a scroll. They handled it in 4 panels. So
like nobody cares. We'll just get to the fun part.
But what made me laugh is they go to this tournament, and it's a universal tournament. It's literally Universe 6 versus Universe 7. And they have an opening ceremony, and this guy comes out, and it was like, and now please all rise for the Universal National Anthem. And I was like, okay, I'm going to have to sit through like this stupid song that's like just gonna
not sit through, read.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to read this song, and I'm gonna have no context for what they were going for, and it's just gonna be bad, like all songs in books. Yeah. And like the guy comes out and he's like, "Our universe is so huge." Thank you. It's like the perfect way to do a song gag in a book. Very proud of that book. Very happy for that. That is
funny. Rather. Nobody would want to read a song like that.
Yeah. All right. That's what I've been doing.
All right.
Johnny Depp.
Yep.
I feel like you've got some stuff going on in your head.
Oh, yeah?
And some of that stuff you're going to spew out at me. Okay. Some of it you're going to save for later because it's shameful. It gets you excited.
Oh, God!
In your jockey shorts.
In my jockey shorts?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want you to only say to me the things that you want to project out of your mouth hole at me.
That was a really convoluted way of trying to get to our next topic, which is Doom Annihilation the movie.
Doom Annihilation the movie.
Yeah, there's a trailer out for this movie.
Is this a direct sequel to the Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson vehicle from like 2003?
Doubt it.
Why is it then?
Although they look like they're in the same universe because they both look like they're fucking terrible.
Okay. Why does it have a subtitle if it's not a sequel?
Just so when people
can't it just be
just so when people search for it, they'll get this movie instead of the old one.
Everybody knows if you're looking for the sequel to Blues Brothers, it's Blues Brothers 2000 every single time.
Right.
Everybody's comfortable with this. Everybody knows if you're looking for Batman, there's 2 movies called Batman. Okay.
1989
and 1966.
Yeah, that's what you have to use the year.
Everybody knows.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're right. They could have gone that route. Maybe they're just trying to separate themselves.
All right, what is it? Okay, so this Doom movie's happening.
All
right, so once you just
roll
your
footage.
Roll that beautiful bean footage. Ready? Hit it.
No. Make it bigger.
Can you make it behind us?
Right now?
Yeah, is that possible?
Yeah, technically. It would take me a second.
No, okay, that's not worry about it. That's not worry about it. All right. Can't really say anything the guy says.
Yeah, so if you wanna watch this, go ahead and pause us or whatever, and just search Doom Annihilation trailer.
We're 7 and go to the 7-second mark because what that guy said was unintelligible.
We can try again. Let's try again.
Okay, go to the beginning. Go to the beginning.
All right, and if you want to keep
0-0.
Yeah, if you want to do it with us, it's 4, 3, 2, 1. Press play.
Doom Slayers. Molder base. Is this a sci-fi original movie?
Looks like it, doesn't it?
It really does. Oh boy.
It's not a game anymore. What is going on?
Right.
Portal to Hell is what he said.
Okay. That's it?
That's it. Oh, hold on. Oh, no, there's nothing after that.
That looks like it was made by...
Wait. Wait.
What?
I'm sorry.
Backdraft 2?
I have to know what the hell this is.
I think it's the sequel to Backdraft.
I saw that in the theaters.
Chief McCaffrey is he your uncle?
Is that a Baldwin?
Backdraft is the one with... Was Backdraft the one with Howie Long?
I don't know who Howie Long is. I know who Howie Mandel is, and no. If you're asking me that question. Wait. Wasn't...
Or is this a time-traveling movie? Or not quite time-traveling.
No, you're thinking of something else.
There was one where this guy was talking to his dad, and they were both firefighters, but they were talking only through this old ham radio.
You think...
What movie was that?
You think Backdraft is Frequency?
That's the one. So Backdraft
with Dennis Quaid?
Yeah. Well, they were both firefighters, so I just...
Right, but that's not the interesting thing about that movie. I didn't know that. I can't even confirm that now.
That they were firefighters?
Yeah.
Oh, that's... I mean, I remember the ham radio. I remember that. That's the main thing.
The time travel person.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just gotta take...
You can't just search the web all day.
No, you're right. I can't.
Okay.
I can't do that.
What are you doing?
I just want to confirm or deny... No, okay, Backdraft... It's not the movie I thought it was.
Also, okay, so speaking to Backdraft, I've never seen it, but I thought it was like a character piece. Like it was just kind of a drama. Like, and this is like a arson conspiracy movie.
Yeah, I guess that's what it is.
Oh, Howie Long.
Yeah, that's Howie Long. He was in a movie, a firefighting movie. I'm sorry I'm taken away from the show by doing this. But I have to know what the name of this movie is because I can't remember it. I've been trying to remember it for years, actually.
It's called Howie Mandel Fire Guy.
Howie Mandel Fire Guy. Firestorm. It was Firestorm.
And he made
1998.
Okay.
That's what it was. All right. Sorry. I feel much better now.
Is that the movie you're talking about, or is it Frequency?
No, it was this one.
Have you seen Frequency?
Yeah, once.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are they firefighters?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes, because his dad tells him that because in his dad's reality where he's doing the ham radio thing, his son is dead. Right? And or the father the father died. The father died. So the son tells him
reality is his time travel.
So the son tells him because he's in a building he's in a burning building and he's like going down the chute or something and if he would have taken a left turn instead of a right turn then he would have lived and he tells him that and that's how they reunite at the end because he survives because his son told him how to survive the fire.
It's not they don't reunite then. He would have altered history to the point where
right.
Yeah, he wouldn't. That version of him that missed his dad and spoke with him over the phone wouldn't have existed ever.
But I think they break the laws of how that works. And like when he goes to see his dad, I think he has not seen him, even though he's been alive that whole time. It's complicated.
That's why time travel doesn't work.
Right. That's why time travel is a messed up kind of deal. But anyway, we got way off topic because Doom Annihilation is what we were talking about. Doomination. It was easy to get off topic because this is obviously terrible.
Yeah.
No one wants to talk
There's
about
not
this.
much. It looks like this is like it feels like somebody who like made it big, like selling, like not even selling pickles and olives, trading stocks in pickles and olives canneries.
Right.
They struck it rich. They got lucky. They suddenly had $100 million in their pocket, and this is their first try at making a movie.
Yeah.
And they picked up the cheapest movie license they possibly could.
Which it sounds like another The Room situation. Or Tommy Wiseau, he got rich doing something completely different, but he really wanted to make a movie.
Well, it's like this. Like it feels like it's just another business venture for whoever's doing this. Like it's like, what do the kids like? Video games. What's a video game? Doom. What's in these days? Nostalgia. I'll take Doom, which is a video game, but it's an older video game, and it's nostalgic for two reasons. Both the game and the movie. Make a new one, put the most generic subtitle I possibly can underneath it. That's been used 1,000,000 times. Get the B team from the Sci-Fi Channel to barely put together the special effects. Boom, movie.
See, it's just okay. I'm gonna look up the like who's in it.
I want you to look up. Every other Annihilation movie.
Wait, wasn't there a Mortal Kombat?
There is Mortal Kombat Annihilation, Silent Hill Annihilation. Resident Evil Annihilation. Back to the Future Annihilation.
Oh boy, yeah, Back to the Future Annihilation. I would watch the shit out of that.
Prince of Egypt Annihilation.
I just want to know what.
But it's spelled like the river.
Nice. Amy Manson. Okay. Amy Manson. That's why she's not in anything because her name is terrible.
Well, it's possible that that's literally Marilyn Manson's kid.
Right. That's probably yeah. Okay, she's done a lot of TV stuff. Which not surprising.
Okay.
Has she done anything that we know? Doom Annihilation, Graywell, Run. Those are all post production, so they're not out yet. Beats. She played a cat, or maybe someone named Cat. Legacies.
The White Princess. Little insensitive.
Yeah. T2 Train Spot. Okay.
I didn't realize that they called it T2.
They did.
That's funny.
Once Upon a... So we've heard of that. I've heard of that. Once Upon a Time. Not super familiar. The Chameleon.
She plays Merida.
Of course. Estranged. The Chameleon. Atlantis. Okay. Oh, that TV series.
We don't need to know any of this. What is important here, Johnny?
I think this is a sci-fi original.
Here's what's important here. We can finally skip a movie.
But here's the thing: we shouldn't.
You want to watch this? There's no reason to watch this movie.
Well, that's the thing. We have one of our channels in which some people are watching our show right now. Quite Contrary. We have not done a Quite Contrary proper video in a while. We've had some ideas of what movie we want to do to bring it back. That style of video we do. I think we found it. To find the good in this movie.
But nobody cares. Like,
I do.
Sure, okay, you can do it as a passion project. But
yes.
Like I would like the last 3 Marvel movies. I have had really no interest in, and I see them because we do this.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
And we can skip this movie. We can skip a movie. Actually, there's a bunch of movies that I kind of accidentally skipped, and we did nothing that we should have seen, and apparently they were good. Like, Into the Spider-Verse was apparently good.
Right.
I saw my first trailer for it last night.
Really?
Yeah, and I was like, I really wish I'd seen this movie now.
I was in I think I talked about this. I was in a position, I was at the theater. Me and Frank had not picked our movie yet. The one we went to go see, the website lied to us when we got there, and there was no showing at the time that they said there was.
Okay.
So we're staring at the thing. I've got Into the Spider-Verse. There was some movie. Oh, I think Aquaman. We could have seen that again.
I have not seen that movie.
You don't need to. And then I saw that Replicas was out, which is the Keanu Reeves movie no one saw.
Oh, right.
And I saw Replicas on purpose because I knew it was bad. It was obviously bad. I've fallen into this thing. I don't know if I'm just falling too far down in this hole, but I'm in this. I don't know. I'm a fan of bad movies now. I like watching bad movies. Certain ones. Like there's other movies like...
I watched a Keanu Reeves last night.
Oh, what'd you watch?
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. It's on Amazon.
Excellent!
Not their thing. Well, they say it sometimes.
Yeah, they do.
Huh?
Yeah. Who am I thinking of?
Wayne's World.
Oh, they do say that more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. They scratch their bellies while this hand has a small seizure. That's it. and they make a noise. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
I'm glad we sussed that out. Okay, Johnny.
Yeah.
Please, for the love of God, skip Doom Annihilation.
Nope.
Okay. Then at least introduce the next topic. Oh boy.
Got it. James Gunn. We've talked about him a few times.
It's party time. Excellent. James Gunn.
Okay, James Gunn is... I like the way I phrased this, actually. James Gunn is doing both Marvel and DC.
Is he, though?
Yeah.
Like, they've confirmed
They've confirmed he is doing Suicide Squad first, and then he's going to go direct Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I mean, we kind of said our piece on James Gunn like a few episodes ago.
Right. It's not about the controversy anymore. I thought this was an interesting thing because we have not. I don't think. Oh, the only other director I know that has done it to both Marvel and DC movies is Jon Favreau. That's not true. It's actually
Joss Whedon.
Joss Whedon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he did the original Daredevil and Elektra movies.
Mm-hmm.
No. But
he came back.
He started with Avengers.
Right, he did Avengers.
Avengers was his, and then
right, he came back and helped with Justice League. He didn't direct the whole thing.
Right.
He did some of the reshoots and stuff. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
yeah.
Wait. Was that Joss Whedon or was?
Yeah.
There was another boy, Opie.
No, that was Solo.
Was that Solo?
He came and helped Solo.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you're right. Joss Whedon is one of those guys that gets a lot of flack lately, and I have no idea why. I think like people. Okay, we are divided as a country when it comes to Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yes, we are.
I think it's stupid.
I hate it.
It's a stupid show.
I've never liked it.
But I liked Firefly.
Right, and I just don't care. I never caught on to Firefly. I even tried to watch it. I still didn't.
Dr. Horrible Sing-Along Blog?
That's good.
Okay.
I know Joss Whedon does some good work. I'm just not a fan of the stuff that's got the real cult followings. I just have not. It's just not for me.
The thing is like he sometimes and honestly even in Avengers he does some really cutesy stuff.
Right.
But he also does really good character stuff.
Right.
Like all of the Hawkeye on the farm stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That was his thing.
That makes sense.
And he fought to have as much as there was in there. In fact, people kind of forget that in Avengers 2, there's this weirdo like part where Thor like runs off and does something else.
Right. And they never followed up with that appropriately.
Yeah.
They said they were going to, and they never did.
And that's because Joss Whedon wanted both.
Right.
And they're like, you can't have both.
Right.
The movie would be too long. Even
right.
though the movie was already devastatingly long.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like we're getting to the point where the Marvel movies, like, if we're actually going to explain them and suss it out and do them well, like, they might need to be the length of Lord of the Rings movies.
Which is fine for me. I like a good, long movie.
Yeah.
As long as it's good. Otherwise, it's painful.
I mean, nowadays, they're just, like... They're real carbon copy. They're real safe. They're real.
Yeah.
They're just cute. They're just cute little movies to sell toys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Thor thing, the Thor thing, and he went to a well.
He went to a well. He was there with his professor friend.
Yeah.
And his
professor friend helped him find it.
And I think he traveled. I think he traveled somewhere to.
I thought he just bathed in the waters and then he was
had a vision or something?
Like sight beyond sight.
Because I thought he transported, but I can't remember.
And this told him that I think that was the first inklings of Thanos, or that somehow all these terrible things happening were connected.
Maybe. I don't remember.
But Joss Whedon couldn't have both, so he went with the character piece, which is what people really remember about that movie.
Yes. Absolutely.
You know? I've always liked it. I didn't like Buffy the Vampire Slayer or anything associated with it because I think it had 2 spin-offs.
Angel
and Dangle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Angel and Dangle.
Yeah, they were friends, brothers even.
Now I'm certain you're so glad that you tuned in. Okay.
Sorry.
But we were talking about James Gunn.
Uh-huh.
Because James Gunn has done both now.
He will be doing both.
Now, going back to Richard Myers, I was actually listening to him today, and that was nothing. We always, you know, if you watch the show, we always check to see if.
Yeah, someone might be telling us that like they
nothing,
can't get the feed.
Nothing's working.
Right.
There's a TeamViewer update on your.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to let you know.
I appreciate it.
He was saying that James Gunn actually had a co-writer on the first Guardians of the Galaxy, and then after that, it was kind of like the George Lucas effect. He was the big celebrity that came out of that movie.
The other guy was doing most of the work.
Huh? Oh, I'm not going to go out on a limb and say he was doing most of the work, but that collaboration produced Guardians of the Galaxy 1. And then James Gunn did Guardians of the Galaxy 2 all by himself.
Okay.
And I think, we may have a brand new audience at this point, the people who actually tune into these. And I didn't like 2 as much because it didn't explain itself terribly well.
I think most people didn't like it as much as the original.
There was a spark gone because we were talking about organically introducing elements, be it diversity or whatever, and something that's important to Guardians of the Galaxy 1 is music. And how it was introduced, why it's a part of it, was all extremely organic. And I remember the first scene. The first scene is so charming because you've got Star-Lord coming down onto this wasteland. It's a tense situation. He's going towards a goal. You don't know exactly what that goal is yet. There's a little bit of mystery. There's going to be elements of discovery. And he seems like just kind of a normal guy, and then he turns on his helmet, and he's ready to go. Or does he turn off his helmet? I can't remember. And then we see his face most of the time.
I think we see his face. I think we see his face after. I think he's wearing the helmet.
Yeah. And so I think he turns off his helmet and then puts on his headphones just because that's what he does, and it might even be something that he does to like break the tension for himself because he is going into a dangerous thing. He's not sure what kind of hornet's nest he's going to kick here. And then we get like what does that movie begin with? What's the first song? It's a relatable song. It's one everybody likes. It was just a hit song from the 70s.
Was it the Redbone one?
Maybe.
That's the one that I always remember from that.
Yeah. It may have been Come and Get Your Love.
Yeah.
Which, excellent song. Then, like, fast forward to Guardians of the Galaxy 2. And the first scene... Oh, and by the way, what he does at the end of that scene is collect an Infinity Stone.
Sorry.
I'm
going to see what it is.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay, so we see him as Star-Lord in the beginning.
Here we go.
Yeah, and so then when faced with an element of diversity, there's a lot of build-up. Then we subvert what's going to be going on here with Peter Quill just kind of mucking around, turning on his Sony Walkman. Yeah, that's right.
It is.
Yeah. And it's really charming.
Yeah.
We see him dance around just because this is what he does.
Right.
And then at the end of this, he's going to collect an Infinity Gem, something that's really important to the story.
Right.
And really important to the entire Marvel story at this point.
Yeah.
Fast forward to Guardians of the Galaxy, and like they're fighting this slug monster, and then Rocket Raccoon is like putting some amps together.
And Baby Groot is going in on a big dance routine.
Yeah, because the whole thing is that we got to have tunes while we're fighting the monster.
Yeah.
Because because we did it in the first movie.
Right.
And then they fight the monster, and that monster, they were getting batteries from him or something like that?
No. The monster was attracted to the energy source and was going to take it, so they were defending it.
Yeah, it just
and then Rocket Raccoon just ended up stealing them.
Yeah, it just wound up not being terribly important.
No.
It was just why the adventure started and having not much to do with anything else.
No, you're absolutely right.
And it was just an excuse to have Baby Groot dance.
Yeah.
And why did they bring Baby Groot anyway?
Yeah, he shouldn't be
He's
there.
super ineffectual. They had no idea what his powers were.
It's not safe. So I was going to show you something.
That's what I'm talking about is that Guardians of the Galaxy felt like a complete experience, and Guardians of the Galaxy 2 felt like a clip show that was put together because certain elements of the first one worked. So we're like, we need this because it worked. We need this because it worked, and it didn't close itself off.
Right.
The spark was gone.
It was kind of like that very typical sequel where it took what they thought were the favorite things from the first one and kind of just copied them again. Yeah.
So if I'm going to have a feeling on this at all, is that if we're going to put the band back together, we need the drummer.
Exactly.
Yeah. The drummer doesn't get a lot of love, but you got to have it.
Exactly.
Or it's not done. All right.
I think it's this guy.
What?
Yeah, this guy. This guy, we were talking about how James Gunn is both doing DC and Marvel, and we've had Chris Evans has been well, technically it was Marvel, but it wasn't the MCU because he did Johnny Storm, and now he's Captain America.
Okay.
So and someone else who's crossed over, I don't know if you realize, is this guy. I don't know how to pronounce his name.
His name is Jimon
Hansu?
Yeah, Jimon Hansu.
So he has crossed over. He was in Guardians of the Galaxy, and then he was in What DC movie was he in?
Was it a DC movie? Because I thought I saw him in a recent Marvel. Like, I think he's in Captain Marvel.
Yeah. No, he is. But no, hold on. But hold on.
Wait. Bob. Come on, Bob.
Okay. So he's in Aquaman.
I want to see Aquaman, so don't talk about it anymore.
Well, so he's crossed over twice. Because he did Guardians of the Galaxy, and then he was in Aquaman, and then he was in Captain Marvel, and now he's in Shazam.
Oh, okay.
So he's bounced back and forth. It's really funny.
When is Shazam coming out?
April.
Ah.
It's along other things in April coming out.
Make it come out sooner. That one looks really good.
Endgame is also coming out in April.
Really? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yep.
That's one that honestly don't care.
About what?
I don't care about Endgame.
I do.
Why?
Because I want to see the story, the conclusion, and I kind of liked that movie, the first one.
The first Infinity War movie? Mm-hmm. Really? Mm-hmm. What'd you like about it? Did you like how everybody was an idiot and nothing made sense?
No, not that part in particular.
Okay. Remember how Wakanda, the most advanced
civilization? We've been through this. I understand that the logic the logic holes are huge. Uh-huh. And so I enjoy it as just a superhero beat 'em up movie. That's the reason I enjoy it. I like seeing those heroes on that scale fighting alongside each other.
Like, I'm willing to admit that actually it's not an admission. Like, I'm telling everybody these are just kids movies, sell toys. I think the children of the world deserve better entertainment. Like, it should have more thought, and feel real and have a moral and teach you something about yourself and explore sometimes complex, maybe even advanced ideas.
Yeah.
And this is just crap, just CG crap. Michelle Pfeiffer, what was she breathing? Come on. She's smaller than an oxygen molecule.
Sorry.
Can we talk about it?
No.
Okay.
I can't help you there.
All
right. Hellboy is also coming out in April.
Hellboy is one of those things that I don't know.
This version of Hellboy looks really fun to me.
This version of Hellboy looks like it has an 80s song associated with it.
Which song?
I don't know. Play the trailer again. It's like I think they're doing Every Day by Buddy Holly. That's probably not it. If it was Every Day by Buddy Holly, that would actually be charming.
Yeah.
It was like Hellboy just ripping people in half. It's like every day. It's getting closer, going faster than a roller coaster.
Well, this is the Red Band trailer, so hold on to your shorts.
What does that mean?
It means this could be kind of like a rated R trailer.
Okay. Okay. That's Hell Island. And...
I love those 3D glasses.
Nazis in 3D! Oh boy. The three-handed whammer.
We know who that is, that plays Hellboy.
Yeah. That's Paul McCartney.
No. He's the sheriff on...
That's Hop.
Huh?
That's Hop.
Stranger Things.
Okay. Already.
Because he's fighting a witch person?
Yeah.
That's what he does. He's Hellboy.
Right. But it's just like, it's this woman and she wants to destroy the world. I'm Ian McShane. Okay. It's like when it's like any time in the last 20 years when you've opened up a comic book and the big plot was that the bad guy wanted to rob a bank. Like, okay, we've seen it. We know that you have enough money to pay for the CGI.
This just looks gnarly because I feel like they're not pulling any punches on this. I think the effects look good.
Like Golden Army was an interesting idea,
It was, but it wasn't a great movie.
I like it. I actually like it. Now, what was the first Hellboy about?
I don't remember.
Oh, yeah, they were trying to transform Hellboy. They wanted him to become a weapon to open up a... Yeah, they just, they wanted to make Hellboy the villain. And for him to fulfill his destiny as a demon.
Right.
Yeah, interesting idea. You know?
I guess.
I
like this.
This witch woman has CG powers.
I love it. I love it when they, this is the same reason I like we didn't get into this too much earlier, but the Doom, I think 2016, when that game came out, the rehash of Doom, and that game is fantastic in that it goes all in with this fucking, I'm the Doom guy, and I'm just gonna destroy everything.
Yeah.
Right, and they just don't hold any punches. It's just gruesome. It's bloody. It's gory. This.
That's something that not a lot of games do.
I know, and this movie though,
it's something that a lot of movies do.
No, I know, but I'm saying, but what attracts me is how I feel like they're going all in, and it feels like they're not, like I said, not pulling any punches. Where the old Hellboy, I felt like they made him PG-13. Where this looks like a little bit gorier. It looks like they're not going to care.
See, that's never a draw for me.
It looks like just fun. It looks just like fun for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we need to find out how to put the trailers behind us. Because I want to watch Dark Phoenix, but I'm not going to watch another one without them being able to see.
Okay, we could do that.
Yeah. So
you got to talk to the people while I do this.
Dark Phoenix. I actually know very little about the Phoenix saga. One thing that's important to realize about Phoenix is that Phoenix was like a rebranding for Jean Grey that was going on for a while. Phoenix was there was no more Jean Grey. It was just Phoenix, and that went on for years. And then after that, they found out what was going on with Phoenix, how to excite Phoenix from Jean Grey, or there was a Phoenix War or something like that. River Phoenix was heavily involved. That's how he died.
Oh man.
R.I.P.
That's rough.
Yeah, I think Joaquin has a GoFundMe for the funeral.
Yeah, I still haven't had a funeral yet.
No. I feel like that's too much of a tragedy to
Yeah, it's rough. He died because of an overdose, and he was on the streets of L.A., and he actually was asking for help, but no one would help him because they just looked like a vagrant. Yeah. They could have saved him.
Mm-hmm. And that's why Joaquin shaves every day now.
Yeah.
The thing about Joaquin Phoenix, if you're not sure exactly who that is, or you've never seen a movie with him, you have. River Phoenix.
Stand By Me.
I was thinking...
I think he's in Stand By Me.
I was thinking... dang it. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Oh, he's in that?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
He plays a young Indiana Jones.
I have young Indiana Jones.
Not that young.
I know, but I have one of them.
I know. You're very proud of yourself.
I love going to Goodwill and getting some stupid VHSs.
Okay, but he plays young Indiana Jones in the beginning of that movie when Indiana was still in the Scouts. And the thing about his performance in that movie was that it's just the best Harrison Ford impression you have ever seen in your entire life.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on.
That guy was in extreme talent.
Oh, no, I put something over your face.
I'm just gonna lean this way. All right. No, that guy was just a talent, a very bright star, taken too soon. Mm-hmm. He would have done the spiritual sequel to Her. So he would have had Joaquin Phoenix in Her, and then River Phoenix in him.
Nice.
We're he's always just trying to buck the advances of his phone. And it's hey, so you want to watch a movie or something together? And it's dude, I'm not gay. I don't mind that you are. I'm just not into you. It's not a homophobia thing. I mean, I could refurbish you, and maybe your next owner will be gay. I'll ask.
Nice.
5-minute movie.
5-minute movie.
Yeah.
All right. I'm almost there. I got the window. I just want to make it the right size because I don't want
to. No. Much better idea for him. Okay, you know how you can change the voice settings on Siri?
Yeah.
Okay. Joaquin, I don't know how Her ends, but Joaquin Phoenix, he's like, okay, I've obviously been spending a little bit too much time with my phone, but she's a really cool lady, River Phoenix. You might like my phone. And then he gives it to Joaquin Phoenix, but he gives it to River Phoenix, but midway through, and he falls in love with the phone. Midway through, Joaquin Phoenix sneaks into River Phoenix's room and changes the voice settings on Siri so that it's no longer Scarlett Johansson, it's Steven Seagal.
Steven Seagal?
Yes. But their relationship is exactly the same. And that's when he realizes that it's not about masculinity or femininity, it's about how they connected with one another. That's the movie right there. Johnny, what do you think?
Sounds great.
You were not listening.
No.
Okay.
No.
We started talking about this because of Phoenix from X-Men. Either way, just Phoenix, normal Phoenix. They found a way to get rid. I don't know Phoenix Saga very well at all. They found a way to get rid of her. We got Jean Grey back. Oh wait, no, I do know this one. Okay, so what happened was Jean actually like fell into the ocean during a.
That was the old one.
During a mission. No, this is in the comics.
Oh, okay.
During a mission, and the Phoenix Force, who was obsessed with Jean Grey, like took over her body and was like, I saved Jean Grey, she was dead, but she's alive through me now, so we're just the same person, you're going to call me Phoenix from now on, but I'm Jean Grey, whatever. And then we later learned that Phoenix, like, just came down and assumed her form, but didn't actually save her. Jean Grey was still, I think it's called Jamaica Bay, was still under Jamaica Bay, cocooned in telekinesis in a coma. And so she wakes up and she's like, I'm Jean Grey! And then I think they fight or something. Either way, after that, they just rehash Phoenix over and over and over again to where nothing matters at all. And honestly, I'm sick of it. They always think of that as like the quintessential Jean Grey story, which would be like saying, what's another? That would be like saying that 2 to 3 year period when Superman lost all of his Superman abilities but gained a bunch of electricity abilities was like the quintessential Superman story. And like you can't tell a Superman story without in the end he dies and then like there's a bunch of electricity crackling and then it makes a humanoid shape and then it's like to be continued. Oh, Superman's electric like we all know he is. No. Nobody thinks of him as electric. I think of Jean Grey as a person. Phoenix is kind of this thing that happens every once in a while. And now, just like death in comic books, it happens way, way, way too much. I actually have all of the issues of Return of Wolverine. Haven't even finished them yet. Just because, I don't know. I think that death is the wrong thing to tell stories about in comic books right now. It's just, you know that they're going to reverse it. You absolutely know that they're going to reverse their decision on the character being dead every single time. The number of mainstream comic book characters that have not died and been resurrected are actually a minority. They all die and come back. Spider-Gwen, the Ghost Spider. That's a character who literally died and now she's back. Joker's died and come back. Batman's died and come back. Wolverine's died and come back. Superman's died and come back. He was the first one. Pretty much every X-Men, pretty much every Guardian of the Galaxy. Actually, Drax's original story was that he was dead and then he was resurrected, I think, by Thanos? Was he resurrected by Thanos? I'm not sure. Maybe. Or I think he was resurrected by a cult that hates Thanos, and it was supposed to be like the ultimate killing machine. And then there was why can I not remember the Guardians' names today? Like these are really popular characters. The Green Woman. Right?
Why? Yeah, that's a good question.
What's her name?
Gamora.
Gamora, the deadliest woman in the universe. She was actually commissioned to take out Magus.
Oh, was she really?
Yeah, do you say Magus or Magus?
I say Magus.
You say Magus?
Yeah.
So Magus or Magus, that's a character who was kind of like at the beginning. Jeremy texted me.
He probably sees me fucking with everything.
Huh?
If he's watching, he's probably watching me fuck with everything.
Okay.
I finally got it.
You got it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Window capture wasn't working, so I had to use display capture.
Okay. But that's actually like Adam Warlock from an alternate future where he's evil and literally takes over everything. With the
yeah, he's like his double.
Like the Church of Indefatigable Truth or something like that? Church of Absolute Truth?
Right.
Yeah. Universal Truth.
Universal Truth, yeah.
Okay. Okay. I don't know anything about this movie coming out. But I want to see it, and I want you to see it. Johnny Dim.
Yep.
Play the damn thing.
All right. Make sure we have audio here.
Okay.
We don't.
We don't. Just like play it loud. Use the room audio.
No, I know. I have to, but it's just the.
Okay.
I actually turned the audio off on this computer, I think.
And Adam.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
I got it.
For 111, let's just talk about Adam Warlock.
Okay.
Let's have absolutely no topics except for Adam Warlock. All right.
All right, here you go.
Okay. First off, Phoenix is warm because she's fire, so.
Why did you make me do that?
Anachronistic. That's loud.
Look at me. Focus on my voice. I'm not giving up on you, Jean.
She was my friend.
You're my family, Jean. No matter what.
Stop.
Is that why Mystique is such a bitch nowadays? Just that one thing?
You're special, Jean. And if you stop fighting that force inside you, if you embrace it,
Who is that?
you will possess the very power of a god.
Every time I see his bald head, I have to laugh. Every time.
She'll kill us all.
Crush his face.
Tell me how we fix this, Charles. Tell me what to do. I don't know what to do.
They don't understand
That's gotta be a Diamond Girl.
what they feel.
Diamond Girl?
That's not her real name.
Emma
Emma Watson.
Emma Frost.
Yes, Emma Frost.
I'd protect her.
I'm scared. When I lose control, bad things happen to people I love.
The girl dies. She's still Jean. We can still help her.
Oh, Scott.
You want to believe people are something that they are not. By the time you realize who they are,
Stram!
it's too late.
You know who that is, Johnny?
Storm?
That's Storm! Goddess of the winds!
Call back to a stream we did.
She's coming.
She's gonna fuck shit up.
Did they play that explosion noise like too soon?
I don't know.
Okay. I mean, it looks more interesting than Doom and Hellboy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No.
It looks more interesting than Hellboy.
Nah.
It does, because this is kind of like
Shit.
Hellboy 1. They're trying to we need to get rid of that madness.
Looks crazy.
Okay.
All right, I got it.
Is that a Howard the Duck movie? No, that must be
No,
Pokemon.
that's Psyduck. Yeah.
Yeah, from Pokemon.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, it looks more interesting only because, like, you know, this is a story about a hero with an uncontrollable power inside of them, you know, and so like you have those moments where like she's, you know, lamenting what she's doing versus, you know, when she's literally going power mad, or if that's another personality inside of her or another entity inside of her.
Does Marvel, the MCU, now that they have the rights back for X-Men, do they keep any of this stuff in canon?
Yeah, all of it.
Okay.
Because like they look at Iron Man as like the great beginning of superheroes, but the thing is that Fury said there are others out there like you, you know, people with fantastic abilities. And the thing about the X-Men is that they've always been a covert group. They have not been seeking attention. So just let this play up, or maybe you might even recast or just say these people are older now. Because I don't know what year they want to say it is. It wasn't Apocalypse, wasn't that the 80s? I think it was the 80s. So actually that's difficult. I don't know, time travel. Just do time travel.
Eventually they're gonna do something where you get different realms, realities, or whatever clashing. Eventually they have to do that. I would think that's where all this is eventually gonna head, as far as the MCU, because they're gonna run out of the other stories, I think, and they're just gonna want to do something bigger and grander.
Dude, never gonna happen. It's too good an idea. But you're right.
Yeah.
This is how we get into Marvel Secret Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Secret Wars would literally be the Beyonders saying, "Hello, MCU reality. Hello, hello, Fox. Reality that started with Fox. Boom! See what happens when you guys have to go at it."
Right. Absolutely.
Too good of an idea for them to use. Never gonna happen. Not in a million years.
Well.
Yeah.
There go my dreams.
Yep. Every single last one of them. Who would play the Beyonder? He looked straight up.
He's the guy
like,
who dresses in white, right?
I mean, if you like.
Well, in the original comics, I thought that's how he dressed.
Okay, so there's...
Well, now I have to look it up.
There's Secret Wars and there's Secret Wars 2. And I don't know why Secret Wars 2 happened or why it's called Secret Wars.
Yeah, he's dressed in white. That's when you Google it, that's what you always find.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay. Throw him up there.
Okay.
How much time would it take?
No, I got it. I just got to switch over to the this guy here.
Oh, it's just going to be a Google page, right?
Yeah. There we go.
All right. Okay, so Secret Wars 2. So Secret Wars 1, there was this guy named there was this thing. You can't even call him a guy. There's this thing called the Beyonder. And he wanted Earth's mightiest heroes and Earth's greatest villains to duke it out on this thing called the Battle World. Right. The Battle World was this reality that he made specifically for this purpose. And
okay, you can see him there.
So, oh wait, Johnny, just sit up a little bit. Can you bring that frame down so that...
Yeah, I can. I gotta get it back.
Okay.
I got it.
But they're gonna see all of your pornography, Johnny, if you let them see the tabs.
There you go.
All right, so...
My head's in the way.
Fast forward to Secret Wars 2, and this isn't actually... This right here... How do I point at... There. Okay, and so this isn't actually from Secret Wars 2, but Secret Wars 2 was the Beyonder comes to Earth because he wants to know what it's like to be human. So when he becomes human, he becomes this.
Oh.
Yeah.
So is he just like a more... Because he's got these really...
That's Secret Wars 2. That's Donny Osmond right there.
Who's this? Is that the same guy?
I think that's just...
Earth 691.
I think that's just a Rob Liefeld version of it.
Secret Wars 2. Yeah. So what does he look like when he's not in human form?
Nothing.
He's just an entity? His
form is truly irrelevant. Like he is ephemeral in nature, a force of nature itself. It is to ask, what does gravity look like?
Okay.
So...
Well, he's thinking or something.
Something. Who cares? I don't like the Beyonders. He's a pain in the ass is what he is. But wait, why are we talking about this guy? Oh,
because I had a theory.
I was going to ask you who you would pick to play the Beyonder now that Donny Osmond.
Donny Osmond.
You can't.
I can't.
Too old.
Too old.
Too expensive. Actually.
Oh.
Yeah. Relative unknown.
He might be retired.
Because we of course are going to have the Beyonders universe line of movies.
I think.
So we need somebody with some.
Pete Holmes.
Yes, 100% yes. It should be Pete Holmes. Put him up there.
I would love him to play a villain.
Put up the gawkiest picture of.
And
Pete
it would be
Holmes.
really annoying, which is I think what he needs to be.
Hi everybody, my name is the Beyonder. I am glad you could all be here on Battle World today, especially since I abducted you. Yep. So good on you for showing up. We're gonna be fighting. We're gonna be fighting one another. My idea was heroes versus villains. If you want to mix it up a little bit, maybe a little bit of betrayal. Spider-Man, your theming's always been a little kind of a bad guy. You're venomous. You're a spider. You know, webs and it just.
This is great. This is a great.
When
idea.
I was a boy, I played with you as a bad guy on the villain side. So just do it.
Here he is, John Mulaney. I love it. I love that idea. and if you have not seen it, go see the Badman. I think they call it Badman.
Yeah, Badman.
Yeah, which is his Batman character.
Really funny. I guess you'd call them internet skits or YouTube skits.
Yeah,
they're made for college.
Little web series. Yeah. My favorite was the. He's hanging a guy off the building, like he's doing, because he's basically making fun of Christian Bale's Batman.
Yeah.
And he's hanging this guy off the building, and his voice is awful. And he's not intimidating at all. And they go through different voices to try to help make him sound more intimidating. And he's hanging a guy. The guy he's talking to is the guy he's hanging off the building. And he finally gets one, and he's just worn out his voice. And he's like, ugh. And he's got the gravelly. And he's like, oh, I think that's it. He's like, oh, really? Is it really that good? And he goes. And he goes, oh yeah, I swear to God. And he's like, swear to me. It's great.
My favorite is when he's got Commissioner Gordon and someone else. I think Rachel. On
when they're going to sleep.
No, on top of a building.
That's Penguin, I think.
But it's like on top of a party that he's hosting.
Yeah.
And so they're. And the problem has something to do with Bruce Wayne. Like, really? Well, Bruce Wayne's downstairs, Batman. Could you just go get him? Like, yeah, just a second. And like he goes, and like he comes back and he still has the eye makeup on. And I still got the eye makeup on. Oh, sorry. And it goes back and like he comes out and he's Batman. Sorry about that. Batman couldn't be here.
Right. No, it's great. It's absolutely fantastic.
Okay, Johnny, did you have any other prepared segments for us?
Oh no. We're way over time.
We're over time?
Yeah.
How long have we gone?
17 minutes over an hour.
Okay. Well, in that case.
In other words, an hour and 17 minutes.
In that case, I think it's just about time to say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody. I'm just going to go through all these pictures of Pete Holmes.
Yeah. That's just how we should end absolutely every episode.
Yes.
But if you haven't already, on whatever platform you're watching us, go ahead and leave us a like, a comment, and subscribe. There's a way to do that on every single platform, whatever they call it. And join us next week for a little bit more of the WarPod, the official podcast of Warlock's Entertainment System, your go-to place for pop culture news in Houston and around the world. I'm Zach Nanimus.
I'm Johnny Jim.
Don't say your name. They already heard it.
Why'd you say your name?
Because they like me better.
Oh.
I need that. Oh. Don't take that. Cut the feed.
Can I have my torso back next show?
No.